We are ready to go with the Sunday Roundtable this morning, and joining us at the table, Democratic political analyst Marianne Marsh and Republican political analyst Rob Gray. Great to see you guys. Let's talk about Mary Skipper. She talked about the challenges that are facing Boston schools, but in the end, Marianne, this winds up on the mayor's desk. How much of this is a drag on a re-election bid?
Well, it's clear they have a great partnership, Mayor Wu and Mary Skipper, and they're working together. And I like the fact they're being aggressive, but they know when they run into trouble, they back off a bit. So Madison Park is going ahead. That's great news. The Bryant didn't make it in terms of the move to West Roxbury. They pulled back on that. So I applaud them for trying to do things and fix problems that have been existing for decades.
I imagine, Rob, there is vulnerability in there somewhere, right?
Sure there is. I mean, to be fair to Mayor Wu, she inherited a bad system from prior mayors. She's relatively new. But is she on the right track? I mean, a Green New Deal for schools when they have math and reading problems, we're going to spend education money on climate change. I don't think that makes a lot of sense. Less than 50% of third graders in Boston read at grade level. They need to get back to the fundamentals.
All right, Beacon Hill finally passed a compromised revenge porn bill. Now, the legislation makes it illegal to create or edit explicit pictures and videos and share them publicly without consent. Now, this is something former Governor Charlie Baker had pushed for. He was unsuccessful. We are the 49th state to pass a law on this. Why was Massachusetts so slow, Rob?
Well, what isn't the legislature slow on? I mean, that's a major part of it. And the other part of it is it was just a flex contest between the legislature and Charlie Baker. The legislature wanted to show Baker who's boss, we have control here, and they didn't care if it hurt real people out there who could benefit from this legislation.
What do you think, Marianne?
Well, it's no longer a surprise when Charlie Baker didn't get things done, but they were only revealed after he left office. We never read about any of these things or learned about any of it until Maura Healey got into the governor's office.
Well, he made a real campaign for this. He made a public campaign for this.
So the point that Charlie Baker failed on this is no longer a surprise.
Well, the legislature
failed.
He pushed it. The legislature didn't do it.
And Matt, guess what? South Coast Rail's coming next May. Imagine that. Surprise. So good for the legislature for getting it done, and glad we're no longer lumped with South Carolina.
So the calendar says it was inevitable, but some migrants in the state's emergency shelter system will then start getting notices next month that they will have to leave. A 9-month limit was put in place by the legislature, signed by the governor as part of a spending bill earlier this spring. It does solve an unsustainable problem on some levels, but if these migrants have nowhere to go, could this even be more perilous issue for the governor, Marianne?
Well, you said it at the top. This is a legislation that was passed by the legislature last April, and now Maura Healey has to implement it. She signed it. And there are a lot of stopgaps like that along the way that'll give her some flexibility in dealing with it. There are 4,000 families, half of them are migrants. There are 90-day waivers and all kinds of other things that allow her to pump the brakes on doing this to try to deal with it. But in the end, it's going to take more funding.
Right, people can appeal
along the way, get waivers, all of that. Maura Healey with the congressional delegation and legislative leadership pushing the Biden administration for another $34.5 million to help them out, because Massachusetts is the only right to shelter state. So good for them for doing that. And so far, she's handled a bad hand that she was dealt, but everybody's dealing with it.
Rob?
It's a good policy, but will they follow through? They've already delayed it. And I think I'm only going to believe it when the governor goes out and has a reverse ribbon cutting where she reopens a hotel that's been, a productive part of a community that's been taken offline, that's hosting migrants, and gets it back into the economy where it should be. That's when I'll believe it.
We heard some troubling testimony from State Trooper Michael Proctor in the Karen Read trial last week. Sexist, vulgar language in texts that his supervisor was included on in some cases. Now, Proctor was the lead investigator in the case, and this is what Governor Healey said about the controversy.
It's completely unprofessional. It does harm, frankly, to the dignity and the integrity of the work of men and women across the state police and law enforcement. So as a former attorney general and as governor, I am disgusted by that.
Now, the Mass State Police have seen their share of scandals and clearly needs a change in culture. The governor is looking for a new leader and can now pick someone from outside of the agency. Is more urgency required here, Marianne?
Speaking of failures from previous administrations, here's but one more. The state police.
But multiple administrations have tried to get a handle on the state police and have been unable to.
Decades. But let's point to the last one, given that this is who's running it. The Mass State Police is the largest law enforcement agency in New England. and yet they are plagued with scandals. So more important for Maura Healey to get this right than get it done fast, but this has been going on forever, and it has to change.
If Maura Healey wasn't already going to appoint a reformer to head the Massachusetts State Police, I think you can guarantee she will now. It's a bad day and week for the Mass State Police when you have to get called out by the governor at their press availability, exclamation point on the end of a paragraph's worth of scandal over the last half decade.